Looking forward to a new Bitcoin peak in 2025? What if we see the price hitting $100 or $200,000, or even higher figures much sooner? I'll show you 3 irrefutable facts that point to this outcome. You see, the 4-year cycles of Bitcoin have been working out well so far, but it's quite possible that they will be broken in the near future. And by being broken, I mean the price moving up high. These are shares of the well-known Nasdaq stock exchange. Ring any bells? Double tap, decline, a bit of accumulation on there, a modest rise, a little correction. Well, then there was this movement. If we take the bars pattern and copy it onto the Bitcoin chart, then we will see how this fractal has been working out on Bitcoin for more than 2 years with unbelievable accuracy. And someone might say right away, these are just fantasies, there are no prerequisites for such growth. But let me show you a couple of facts meant to prove the following statement. Bitcoin's value will be hovering around $100,000 per coin in the foreseeable future. The first thing that tells us about Bitcoin possibly going to surprise everyone in this cycle lies in the growing hash rate. Let me remind you, the hash rate is the total computing power of the Bitcoin network. During the entire time the Bitcoin was falling from $69,000 to $16,000, its hash rate still continued to increase. Believe it or not, but right now it updates its historical highs. A high hash rate clearly indicates that miners' interest in Bitcoin is constantly growing too. Interestingly enough, we now have entire countries already doing some mining. If you remember, back in 2021, Bitcoin mining was banned in China, though at the moment the Celestial Empire still holds the second place in the world in terms of mining volumes. Right now, other countries are getting into mining of the top 1 cryptocurrency as well. El Salvador mines Bitcoin using volcanic power. Most recently, they invested $1 billion specifically in mining. And here's an Israeli mining farm. Looks impressive, doesn't it? A South Asian country named Bhutan has recently shocked the world by claiming that it has been strictly mining Bitcoin for several years. Nevertheless, the main thing is that in many countries mining is supported at the government level. For example, the government of Oman is investing more than $1 billion into the construction of mining farms. Powers of such a great scale used solely for the Bitcoin mining process are ensuring the network's decentralization and making it the most secure digital asset on the planet. All this led to a break in the trend, as in previous bear markets. The interest in mining declined along with the Bitcoin price. And now we can witness its non-stop growth, despite a significant price drop. In other words, the Bitcoin race has reached the level of corporations and entire countries. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you believe in Bitcoin as much as Salvador does. The second irrefutable factor that proves a possible imminent price rise lies in the balance of Bitcoins on the exchanges. This is where the opposite trend is observed. While interest in Bitcoin is constantly growing, its supply on the exchanges is declining at the same pace. As you may know, the number of Bitcoins is limited to 21 million coins. Until March 2020, the number of Bitcoins on exchanges continued to grow, and then a sudden reversal took place. Now it doesn't matter if the price rises or falls, as fewer and fewer Bitcoins have been available for purchase since then. For the first time in history, you and I see that only 10% of all Bitcoins are placed on exchanges, while all other coins are stored in private wallets. The number of coins that don't move anywhere from wallets is also extremely big. That is, they were mined or accumulated at some point, for example by the same countries or corporations, and are simply stored for better times. And what happens to the price of any asset? The demand for which is growing while the supply is falling. That's right. Is no choice but to rise. The strongest factor that could break 4-year cycles is what's called Wall Street enters Bitcoin. In case you didn't know, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with nearly $10 trillion in assets under management. They own a significant share of the entire economy of the world and have massive influence over the Fed and the US government. The application for the spot Bitcoin ETF from such a powerhouse of the financial markets suggests that they recognize Bitcoin as an asset and definitely see potential in it. Over the company's history, out of the 576 applications for various ETFs, 575 have been approved. Do you think a company that big would just apply for an asset it has no understanding of? Such interest of the part of Wall Street suggests that they're preparing a platform for themselves, making billions and trillions of dollars to pour into Bitcoin. This extremely telling picture displays the capitalization of Bitcoin in comparison with the capitalizations of other asset classes. As soon as you find the orange strip, you may realize the full potential of the world's first cryptocurrency.
What the fuck?
Aside from that, we can clearly see entire countries are investing in Bitcoin mining. The supply of Bitcoin on exchanges are catastrophically getting reduced. The largest institutional investors are entering Bitcoin. All mentioned aspects warn us of an inevitable turning point, after which we will never see the same prices we're seeing right now. Share your Bitcoin price predictions until the end of the 2024 in the comments below. Subscribe and check out our other videos.